Hello and welcome to another episode of eScoot College. So in this episode I'm gonna actually show you my idea of how to maybe check your stem column on Nami Burn E. So for those who don't know, all the Nami Burn is made before end of January 2023. Have an old version, aluminum version of the stem column, and there were already 8 cases of them snapping here. Mine is one of those Namis. So I was just thinking okay, since I found an info online that actually aluminum can stretch 9 to 10% before eventually snapping. So I was thinking okay, is there any actually way maybe to spot that? Because since Nami has a super smooth suspension and a steering damper, you probably can spot that while riding. And now I'm not 100% sure would that happen just moments before snapping, or maybe it would start stretching a little bit earlier. But just to kind of be maybe a bit on the safe side, I'm gonna try and do a bit of a test and show you my idea of a test. So you grab a hex 6 and loosen your steering damper. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn my steering all the way to the left and then loosen this hex. Okay, and now with steering wheel being totally free, I might maybe spot something. So I'm gonna sit on the scooter as far as I can, just to not mess with the autofocus on the camera, and try and kind of stress this whole thing. So I'm pushing swing arm all the way down and then all the way up. Okay, now I'm gonna turn it to the other side and try and do the same. So all the way down and all the way up. And honestly, I can't spot anything, to be honest. Now, off the camera, I'm gonna blow a torch here and try and check with my inspection camera. Here, do I maybe see something happening in there, But yeah, that's kind of basically it. Also, another thing that I noticed guys saying in a group that all the Namis that snapped actually had the CST tires that are, to be honest, quite hard, but none of the Namis with PMT tires didn't have any problem. And one recommendation was actually to lower tire pressure on CST. Now when I'm putting this back in, I'm gonna put the steering back in the same position, and I'm gonna try and screw it in first just by hand. It's not gonna be that simple. First just by hand, just to make sure that I'm not gonna misalign threads. And then I'm just gonna tighten it with hex, because if you misalign threads, well then you're in a bit of a trouble. Another thing that I would usually do is put a bit of a blue thread lock here, but I'm not going to do it now because the blue thread lock needs to dry for 24 hours, and I'm actually taking my Nami for a spin in the morning, so I don't have time, and that's the reason why I'm actually making this video now, because well, we never know who's gonna be next lucky guy that his Nami is gonna snap. I hope nobody, as I said already. So I just wanted to make a video before I take it for a spin, in case it snaps tomorrow. Well then I wouldn't be able to do it. Big thank you to Ivan that in the comments down below of our last extended Nami video asked this question and gave me actually an idea what to record. Thank you very much to to all of you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below as soon as possible. I am gonna, of course, reply to that, or if that's an idea for maybe a new video, I'm gonna make a video about it. As I said in last episode, this YouTube channel actually is never gonna be monetized, but anyways, I still really appreciate every like, every share, every subscription. I really want words to be spread around about these problems. We are gonna be focusing on problems. I see that lots of people don't talk about this. Stephen Chain, the admin of the Nami Facebook group. Steven, big thank you, honestly, because if it wasn't for him, you know, this wouldn't even be spotted. Like, he's the person that actually made a post about first 4 cases, and now he's updating that post with new cases all the time. When I made the first video, there was only 4 cases. Now last that I remember, it was actually 8. Also, another reason why I'm going to be checking there with inspection camera on all the pictures of all the Namis that were broken, we saw on most of them rust there on the bearings. And actually what I spotted is that there actually wasn't too much grease in there, except for a couple of them that actually had bearings replaced. They did put really lots of grease. If there wasn't too much grease, of course, that's a reason why it was much easier for water or moisture to get there and help the bearings rust. If that was totally absolutely dipped in a grease, it wouldn't be able to rust as far as I know. Also, I got a couple of comments about my audio not being the best. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I'm checking all the videos before publishing on a couple of devices, on a couple of phones, on a tablet, on a couple of laptops, and they sound okay. Now I actually put 2 mics on me, and so hopefully this audio is going to be fine. If you like a content like this, you can also support us through Buy Me a Coffee. That's actually going to be the only way to support us, because I don't want to be in a situation where I have to be careful what I'm saying, because if I say some, you know, too many bad things about scooter, then, you know, maybe I don't know, Cougar or whichever brand, or maybe they won't sell me any other scooter for review. Now I want to do actually reviews in depth, you know, opening a deck, checking the full quality of the scooters. We're actually planning to do some cool tests with scooters as well. I was already discussing that with Chris, and so that's coming up as well. Of course, always if some sellers or manufacturers wants to send us scooters for review, we are always open for that, but under one condition, that we don't need to send a video for review before publishing. I don't want to be in a situation where someone can tell me, oh, you're not allowed to publish that, you know. No, that's not an option. Because of that, we have a Buy Me a Coffee. So guys, if you like this content and you want more content like that, support us on a Buy Me a Coffee, and all that money is going to be used for buying scooters, because in that case we can say whatever we want. So that's going to be all for this episode. Thank you so much, guys, for everything, for all the support, for all the comments, and till next time, well, you know already, stay safe out there and please respect other road users. Thank you, bye bye, and chat to you soon.